Welcome to the Denim and Pearls podcast. Business casual conversation laced with pearls of wisdom. Casual, authentic, unscripted dialogue about life, work, and entrepreneurship with the perfect blend of laughter and seriousness. Pull up a chair, kick back, and lean in as we welcome your hosts, Michelle Ross and Brian Swanson.
All right, break out the hot dogs, the hamburgers, and the cold beer. God bless the USA. Here we are today. How are you?
It's America.
God
God bless the USA.
Born and raised in the US of A.
Born but not raised.
Oh, well. I'm a Hoosier by... Yeah. So anyhow, welcome to Denim and Pearls. My name is Brian Swanson.
I'm Dr. Michelle Ross. We are Denim and Pearls. We are business casual
With pearls of wisdom
from the porch.
from the front porch.
Yeah, it's July 4th. Happy Independence Day, America.
We should be in the backyard though.
Yeah, but yeah.
Have you grilled? Did you grill up any burgers yet?
No. Oh, yes, actually, we did. We had breakfast, but it wasn't burgers.
No.
We had sausage patties, smashed sausage patties.
Just about the same.
Yeah, but it was fun. That's why I'm distracted, because I ate and I'm full. You know, when you eat and you're full and you're sleepy, that's what's going on with me right now. My brain's like, shouldn't it be nap time now?
So this might be a short show.
Nice seeing everybody. Have a good time.
No,
No, happy Independence Day. I mean, I grew up, military brat, and so Independence Day has always been a big deal for my family because our father was military, and then I married a military man. So Independence Day is a big deal. One, as a military brat representing America overseas in different countries, and then as a spouse doing the same thing. So it's always been a big day for me.
We always you just said something that I don't think a lot of people realize. Representing.
Mm-hmm.
You always, no matter where you go, you've always got to represent.
Mm-hmm.
And especially being a military spouse. Oh my goodness.
And a brat.
And a brat. Not only do you have to more or less follow the military rules, but the standards, the ethics,
Mm-hmm.
all those other fun things that go along with it.
Yes, we were raised very punctual.
Punctual,
very,
that's a good
very,
word.
very military. And a lot of people, when they met me throughout the years, would do, "Oh, that's horrible. You had to do that." It's not a had. It's a was. It's who we are.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah,
It's
who we
not.
are.
I mean, we all were born and raised. Well, the majority of us were born and raised to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, please. Those kind of things. Those were just the basics, and it's just standard across the board when it comes to the military. You just might say yes, Sergeant.
No, you didn't do that.
Oh yeah, we did.
not as a spouse and not as a child, but we did respect the culture of whatever country we were in, and that was something we had to learn. We had to learn the culture, and then we respected it. We didn't convert to it, but we respected it, and we respected the people. So when we were in the other country, in their world, we obeyed as good American citizens, respecting that country. And I grew up always respecting how other people thought, and being able to adjust how I spoke around them without offending them or going out of my own boundaries of what I believed in.
Right.
It's a different way of living, but it prepared me to live in a world that was very mixed.
Well, there's a lot of things, we learn a lot of things, especially when you've been raised in the States. You weren't raised in the States completely, but when you're raised in the States, you have a tendency not to understand, or I shouldn't say understand, you have a tendency not to know what happens in other countries.
And I was raised in another country, aware of all the other countries.
Right.
Yeah.
So once you go over there, though, I mean, like me, first place that I went when I joined the military, joined the Air Force actually, was Japan.
And that's like the prima donna of countries.
Oh, it was amazing.
It's the prima donna
I
of
would
countries.
so go back in a drop of a hat. I love the Far East, I think is what it, yeah.
Yeah,
Far East.
it was right above the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, the culture is a little bit different, yeah, because you have different religions, but you also have the same in some areas. It depends on where you're at and those kind of things. So lifestyles are a little bit different. I mean, like Japan, they what is it till the age of 4? There is no discipline until the age of 4 for children. But once you hit age 4, watch out. Mama's coming after you.
With us, it was always discipline.
Uh, so, being raised is a little bit different, but it's also customs and courtesies too. I mean, that's
You respect other countries for who they are and what they are and what they represent, but we also stood up for our own country.
I'm looking to see if anybody's talking to us.
Well, I would think most people are either out camping or or what do you call it,
Barbecuing.
grilling, and yeah, they're out and doing stuff.
Which is what we should be doing.
We already were.
Oh, well, I haven't been there. I did the pancake breakfast this morning for the Boy Scouts. It was kind of quiet over there, but there was quite a few people who showed up. So it was interesting. Didn't see a whole lot of advertising, but everybody knew about it. So
okay, word of mouth.
Apparently I didn't see it and everybody else did.
Yeah, I was at Ferris's house. Lime Events.
Mm-hmm. So
July 4th, Independence Day. It's my grandmother's birthday too.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
did not
she
know
passed
that.
away, but every July 4th, all my life, every July 4th, pretty much we would go to the Philippines to grandma's house and we'd have a big party. And then when she moved to America, we would, no matter where we were, we'd all try to get to Georgia to have a big party for grandma. So it's really weird now that she's passed away to not be with my family for July 4th. It's actually makes me very sad because I love my family gatherings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also think too, this is turning it a little bit different direction. We've lost some of that here in this country at the moment. I mean, everything travels in circles. Everything, when it comes to like fashion, I mean, the 70s come back. So eventually patriotism and, pride for your country it will come back. I have no doubt about that. But right now, I think we're in a little bit of a slump. But those of us who believe in America, I even say it funny, don't I? Those of us who believe in America are true to our roots.
No matter what.
Simple. No matter what. It doesn't matter what else happens.
My patriotic side of me does not fluctuate with what's in office.
No.
I'm always patriotic to the country.
Right. Well,
the flag
I think of
and the people.
Just, the disrespect to the flag these days. People think it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal.
I was raised that you do not touch a flag, and if you touch it, you're burning it. It does not touch the ground.
Well, touching the ground, not just touching.
Because touching it, I used to have to be part of the ceremony where you raise the flag in the morning and you put it down at night. But there's ceremony about the flag. You did not wear it. You did not hook it up to the back of your truck. You did not make blankets and pillowcases out of the flag. So to me, I said, don't wear it.
Oh,
and so in my mind, in my mind, the way I was raised, that flag is only meant for one thing, representing our country. You hang it up and give it respect. So it's really weird for me to see it on clothing and things because it's like,
yeah, you see more of it these days, and I've never understood that. It kind of, in my crawl too a little bit.
But you're military too. You were military. Yeah. So I was raised in it and then married into it. But the military, they teach you how to treat the flag and what it means. And then for the people like we were talking about this morning, we've lost a lot of friends, lost their lives while they're serving in the military. And so that flag means even more because it's got names, faces, and associated to it. So when I see a flag, I'm very reverent about a flag. And
did you know there's no laws for the flag?
Please explain.
We believe in, how to raise the flag, when to do half mast, burning of it, the touching of it, the dirty of it, the lighting of it. All these, there's none of those are laws. You know that?
It's respect.
Well, it's respect, and it's kind of a set of unwritten laws. It's a guide. It really is a guide to patriotism, if you will. It's a guide to respecting your country. And I liken it sometimes to having a conversation with some individuals. I liken it to the fact that I'm a Vikings fan, a Vikings football fan. Would you do that to a Vikings flag?
To your football flag, yeah.
Would you do it to your own, the flag of your team? In a lot of cases, no. In most cases, no. So why do it to the one flag that represents the entire country, not just one team?
I wouldn't.
No, we don't fly our Viking flag above the Capitol. I mean,
That's a lot of flags.
That's not a place for. Yeah, that's what I had to forget how many teams there are, but it's not a place for it. It doesn't call for it. So you wouldn't raise the flag above the Capitol building or anything like that. So the American flag, or the flag itself, of our country, has its place above and beyond all other flags. I mean, even if you look at it in foreign countries, it's always in a more respectable, what is it? Not the respectable place, a place of honor.
A place of honor, a place of reverence, because our country is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other country like ours. And I know I hear a lot of bad things. No, things are terrible. But thing is it's not. And,
the Vikings will win someday. Which means things even in America will change.
The whole world, if you study economics and things of that nature, everything's in a sine wave. Everything. Mm-hmm. There's ups and there's downs. So if you think there's a down, then there's an up coming. If you think you're an up, there's a down coming. So it always moves in a sine wave. Everything does. Water, vibrations in air, sound, you name it, all does this. So if you are believing you're in a slump right now, just hold on, keep breathing. It will come back up.
Yep. Michael says customs. That was another good word.
Yes, customs.
Everything is a custom.
Yeah, and we learned it. We learned every custom. I mean, we didn't say, oh, this custom's new and we're going to take all of ours and forget ours and we're just going to use. No, we incorporated them into ours. That's what America does, incorporates. But
we've been known for that. I mean, that's why we are the melting pot of the world,
It's why our language is so hard to learn.
That's what they say.
English is so hard to learn. I learned it from the
ground up. So
yeah, English is hard to learn because it doesn't follow normal rules. All other languages I've learned have rules that do not change. And however you look at the word, it will always be that same way. And English, it's just, oh my gosh, it changes every time. And then depending on, it's so much fun. Anyways.
The letter sounds.
Yeah.
O's are the odds or the
bow, bow, bow. Anyways, I digress. So anyways, happy July 4th, happy Independence Day. And remember all those people who have given their lives for this country and to make it the way it is. And be thankful for those who could see beyond their noses to see a future for us. And that we could build what we have built in America. And for those of you who think it's falling apart, it's okay. Things will come back around. And remember, this all started with a dream. And people who didn't even see us, had no idea this was going to be, made rules and regulations that lasted this long. Pretty impressive.
Oh, it amazes me.
Impressive.
I mean, I don't think we need to take this all into a constitutional talk or anything like that.
We the people, in order to form a more perfect
I never memorized that.
Establish
Terrible.
Ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for themselves and our prosperity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Thank you.
Bravo. I couldn't do that. I never learned it. I mean, I know it, but
Schoolhouse
I didn't learn
Rock.
It. I never watched that. I only know I'm a Bill.
I'm just a Bill out on Capitol Hill. Okay. Anyways, that's why I know the Constitution, the preamble to the Constitution.
So anyhow, what I want to say about the Constitution is because you made the statement, but I want to also expound upon that, where the Constitution was written so many years ago. It has held on, and it has held a truth to it. It amazes me how those individuals who put it together, and there were so many of them, it amazes me how they came up with that stuff. Now I know some of it was copied from the Magna Carta, blah,
But
blah,
still,
blah, blah.
they thought well
They-
beyond their years of things that they could ever even comprehend would even be. And they wrote a document together, not taking, it's not this big, okay? It's not 5 billion pages. It's a very simple document that they all agreed on and said, you know what? Well, let's use this to start our nation. And it's been working for over 30,
But 250 years?
really?
It's 250
We can't
years.
even get a document from a court case that will last 2 years. And they did this that lasted long enough to carry an entire nation and grow it to be one of the strongest countries in the entire world. And these are people that, right now are being prosecuted posthumously that they were evil and terrible and war. No, they
were
thought
farmers.
beyond what they had. They thought beyond that they had slaves and that they had all these different things and they were warring inside. The things they did, just amazing.
Well, just alone, it's amazing that they put in the change, allowed for changes, the amendments.
Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, if they wanted it to be one document to cover everything, they could have done that. But they put in there that we can change it as our society changes and as we grow and develop. Hence the amendments to the Constitution. And that's also why it takes so much to vote it in, an amendment in.
It amazes me that, have you ever been in a board meeting or a meeting for just an advisory board meeting, anything like that, a school board meeting? The amount of chaos that happens when they're trying to decide on something, and to think they're talking school board or something small. These people were talking about the future of an entire country of people they couldn't even see because we didn't have communication,
or even the land that they couldn't see,
or the land they couldn't even see. The things they couldn't see, they projected of what we can do to protect it. And I think, wow, that's amazing. Oh, but they took land from Indians. Half the time they didn't know they were taking anything. They just okay, this looks like a really good place to land. This is ours. And then they found out, someone was there already. Like, oops, we already claimed it.
Well, there's lots of discussion there, but but a lot of it was foreshadowing.
A lot of it was ignorance,
right?
But they didn't know the country was as big as it was, but that they were able to prepare for something so far out of their grasp of reality that we still use it. I wish we had any type of that kind of brain nowadays.
The greatest experiment in the world.
Yeah, pretty cool. But anyways, don't get me on my patriotic high horse.
I really got her on that one. I got you at least on a step stool.
I'm always on it. I'm always on it. But July 4th makes me very ever special in that mood. One, because my grandmother's birthday, and two, she was so thankful to be an American, to become an American. And
which many of our ancestors, of course, were.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us are from an immigrant of some sort, from somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, just like my last name, even though I'm not Swedish or anything, my last name is. And where did it come through? It come through when they come through Ellis Island. I actually was a Svensson, and it got turned over to Swanson, and that's just my last name.
Mine's one generation off. So the Gichards were a slave family, and then that's my father's side, and then my mother's side are the Evangelistas.
Wow.
Out of the Philippines.
Well, so, my birth family's from across the border. Yeah. My dad is actually
Storm just
first
started.
Generation. Yeah, I know. God's out there clapping at us.
Yeah.
Or bowling, I think. Isn't that the old saying that thunder is bowling?
Yeah. But anyways, so I mean, we're one generation, 2 generations off of being American, and I am very thankful to be here because as much as I love the Philippines, and I am hopefully going to Ghana at the end of July to go see where my family's from. My father's side of the family is from. It'd be so cool, but I'm so proud to be an American, and no one can ever knock me off of that thankfulness.
And I think that's a good place to leave it today.
So
let everybody get back to their burgers.
Happy July 4th.
And get out of the rain.
Happy Independence Day. And for those of you in Colorado, tut, it looks like rain. Have a great day. My name is Dr. Michelle Maras.
And I'm Brian Swanson
We are Denim and Pearls. We are business casual
with Pearls of Wisdom.
from the porch. Peace.
Peace.